Hello everyone, this is Kaylee from Nerdy Birdie Adventures and I'm here today to share with you my favourites from the month of July. As you can probably tell, the setup behind me has changed again because I'm still trying to figure out where the best place to film is in this house. So you'll have to bear with me for that, but this actually might be the place because it's pretty comfortable here. But anyway, so I have quite a few favourites to share from the month of July, because my birthday was in July and I had a convention in July and also went to visit a couple of friends in another state in July. So a lot of stuff was happening, a lot of stuff going on. So because of that, I have a lot of favorites to share with you. So let's jump right into them, shall we? Okay, so I'm gonna start with my favorite plushes from the month. They're all pretty small. The first one is this little cutie here. There we go. So this is a munchling. This is a munchling of Donald Duck, he's a cute little onigiri. Now most of the munchlings are scented. Some of the scents I can't pick up on. He's scented, but I am not entirely sure what he smells like. His smell is very difficult to describe. So yeah, I've been collecting munchlings since they came out. They're cute little like mystery plushes that Disney put out, but they also put out kind of special edition ones for different festivals and whatnot. So for example, I have the Figment one from the Festival of the Arts at Epcot, but these guys came from Target, or he came from Target. I was really surprised to see munchlings in Target, especially like where I live. So seeing like finding the box that he was in, because obviously there's mystery. So, but he was one of the ones I wanted. I have unboxing videos of some of the munchlings I have on my TikTok if you're interested in like unboxing content. But yeah, yeah, he's very cute. He's very he's not soft, but the texture of him is very, very nice. So yeah, little Donald Duck munchling. The second plush in my favorites for July is this guy here. He's a little angry frog. I got him from Claire's actually last weekend because Claire's was running a sale on plushes. So I got this guy for $7 and usually he's 10, so he was really, really good price. And I fell in love with his little angry face, and I needed a plush for a bag that I'm decorating. So he was chosen as one of the plush keychains that I'm gonna be using on that bag. So yeah, a little cute plush frog. And then the last plush is another Disney themed one, and it is this guy here. So this is Tigger. This is a cute little squishmallow of Tigger, and I think he smells like peaches, so I think he's holding peach. He's holding a boba and the little bubbles are peaches, which is just, I also got him from Claire's. He was also $7. He's the cutest thing. My nan's favorite Disney character is Tigger, so he makes me think of her. So he's very cute, very soft, very small, so he lives on my bookshelf in my office. Yeah, he's actually, wait, no, I have another plush. Actually thinking about it. So July was Neco, which is an anime convention in Pittsburgh. Pretty big convention, a couple of weeks following Anthrocon. And I've been going to this convention for a few years, and this is the first year in a while I've been able to go as an attendee, which was really fun. It was a nice different experience. But at Neco, I found a vendor, somebody in the artist alley, had these adorable little hand-sized plushes. My wife got Mothman and I got this. This little cutie here. So this is a little bat. He is very tiny, so see, he fits perfectly in the palm of my hand. He actually came in really handy at Teco. I'm not a big fan of crowds, so having something that I could just hold in my hand that was the perfect size he was perfect. And he was made by Brana Rose Co. I am so sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, but I think it's Brana. B-R-A-N-A. I'll have shops and everything linked below as per usual. But yeah, he's very lovely. I love him very much. I nicknamed him Damien because tiny bat. And I just thought that was cute. So he's perfect and I love him. And I got him from Neco. Alright, so he was the last plush. I may as well just keep going with a couple of other things that I picked up from Teco. The next are a couple of, so something I noticed at Teco was, so acrylic standees have been a thing for a while, but I noticed at Teco this year that some of the artists had acrylic stands that weren't like two pieces. They didn't have like a base and then a stand. They were just blocks essentially. And one of the artists called MilkboMakes, who was at Teco, had acrylic stands of Dick Grayson and Jason Todd, so naturally I had to pick those up. So this is the Dick Grayson one. He has I think he has a bowl of cereal. Judging from the spoon, I would say he has a bowl of cereal in his hands, and he's at a little table, and he's very excited. It's very cute. And then this one is Jason. This is the Jason one. He has a little burger. And he's in his little red suit. He's ready to go. I fell in love with these as soon as I saw them. I think they are so very cute, and they live on my vanity table in my bedroom, and I just love looking at them. They bring me such joy. And these two were made by MilkboMakes. Now I did get a bunch of other stuff from that particular artist, but these two were my favorites in particular, so that's why I'm including them. I will include their shop in the link below. Okay, so I think that's the last thing. No, I have something else from Teco. Okay, so the last thing that I'm going to share in this favorites that I picked up from Teco is a necklace. And this is by a studio called Midnight Springs. They had a lot of very cool like gothic themed jewelry, and they had some pastel goth stuff too, but I got this here. So this is it's like a wand or a rod with a little heart stone and bat wings, and I just thought it was the absolute cutest thing. It's on an 18-inch chain, so it sits like about here on me, and it's a nice little addition to my growing collection of bat themed jewelry. But that's the last thing that I picked up from Teco. All right, so I suppose next I got a couple of new pins for my collection this month. Both of them came from Mercari, but I do know the artists who made the pins, so I will have the artists linked, even though I do not believe you might be able to get one of the pins, but the other one you definitely can't. But I got both of these pins from Mercari. Okay, the first one is this one here. This is a Nightwing pin. This is by Nuwa, or made by Nuwa. I'm a big fan of this artist pins. They do basically women from comic books, and as a special added bonus they did Nightwing as like a Patreon exclusive that somebody was then selling on their Mercari, so I snagged him from Mercari because I'm unfortunately not a Patreon member of this particular artist, but I'm very happy to have this pin in my collection. Like it's just very pretty. I like it. And then obviously the other pin is of Jason, and it is, there we go. Okay, so this is a panel pin of Jason Todd, Red Hood. by MidniightMoon. I have the other pin MidniightMoon did of Jason that looks very similar to this, that actually is, I think, in another one of my favorites videos. Like I say, I found this one on Mercari, and I'm super happy to have this as part of my collection too, because I think that this is an older pin, and I like having it. I like finding these older pins and having them in my collection. But as I say, I will have MidniightMoon's shop linked below. Again, I definitely don't think you can get this pin, and I don't think you can get the Nightwing pin either, but I'm not sure with the Nightwing pin. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure that you can't get either of these pins on the artist shops, but I will link the artist shops just in case you're interested in any of their other stuff. Alright, so last month, at the beginning of last month, we went to visit a couple of friends of ours in another state. And during that visit we went into New York City, which I like. I love walking around New York City. It is one of my favorite cities to visit. And well, when we went there, my friend got me something from one of my favorite stationery shops as a birthday gift. So thank you so much, Jess. I love you. But from Nico, Neco, Zakkaya, who I will link in the description, my friend Jess got me this lovely kitty bookmark. And this is like I say, you probably see a metal bookmark with a little cat on top who's reading a book. And then the on the bookmark itself is kind of like an odango, so it's going down, so it's like it's being eaten, and it's like a brass bookmark. It's very cute. I use this in my traveler's notebook to mark where my next page is, and it's a pottering cat. I believe that's who makes, like, that's the name of the people who make it, I think. I'm not entirely sure, but yes, he came from Nico, Neco, Zakkaya. I'm a big fan of that shop. I really like it. This was my second time getting to visit the shop in person, but I've ordered from their online store before, which, as I say, will be linked below. Alright, so next thing's next, I guess. So next I'm going to share another Mercari find, because I find a lot of stuff on Mercari, not gonna lie. I have a bit of a problem with I use the app, so I have a problem with that app. But from Mercari, I found something I've actually been looking for a little while. I've just been trying to find it at a good price, and it is this guy here. Okay, there we go. And this is a bust of Nightwing that was part of a loot crate. I do not know when the loot crate was. I don't know. But I know that this was part of a loot crate. This was put out by Neco. Like, the actual bust itself was put out by Neco and was part of a loot crate. And it's like I say, I've been looking for him for a while, but most of the people who resell him for more than the loot crate would have been, and I'm not about that life. So I managed to get him for a pretty decent price, and he came in his box, which makes me really happy. So he's not resin or anything, he's not a bust, he is made of plastic, but for a loot crate, not surprised. But I like he's got a pretty good amount of detail on him, and I like the colors and all that good stuff, and he's just a nice addition to have on my shelf. So I was very happy to find him from Mercari. Alright, so kind of everything else that I have in my, okay, actually no, before I move on to other things, let's get bags. Let's get bags out of the way, because it's not really a favorites video of mine if I don't have a bag somewhere. I have had a couple of favorites videos where I don't have bags, but I feel like if it's not really one of my favorites videos if I don't mention a bag. So I have a couple of tote bags to share with you this month. I've been trying to use tote bags more often because they legitimately are quite handy, especially when you're going shopping and stuff like that. You can just stick stuff inside them. Okay, but the first one is this one here. So this is a dragon tote bag from Earthbound Trading. I got this from the store in South Hills Village Mall, and it has a dragon on it, a dragon in a castle. and it's just a like a simple, like, you know, linen-esque muslin type material tote bag with the thing printed on it, and this cost $8. Just so you know, just in case you're interested, it cost $8. They have a whole bunch of designs, and I think they have designs that are changing. They have a design that I'd really like to pick up that has sea creatures on it, but the store that I go to was out of stock, which is completely fine. But yeah, I quite like Earthbound trading. My wife really likes their clothes, so yeah. But yeah, and it's a pretty decent sized tote bag, fits like a pretty decent amount into it, and I think according to the store they can hold up to 30 pounds, which is pretty good. And then the second tote bag I actually picked up from Neco, from one of my favorite artists, and it is this one here. Go. So this is from Bite Size Treasure, and as you can see, it's covered in sharks. This is their mascot Byte, who is a great white shark, and he's super cute, and he's just having a beach day. He's having a cute little beach day, and I saw this tote bag and I'm really happy because this was the last one. This is the one she actually had on display. So I'm really happy that she sold it to me. Like, I'm really happy that she sold it to me because yeah, I was fully expecting her to say no, because this one was a display piece. He cost $20, but from India, it's fine, like I say. And he's a little bit smaller, but he's still like a nice sturdy tote bag, and it's got sharks on it, so it's a bonus. And then I suppose so those are the two bags that I have, and then I suppose bag adjacent is I picked up, so me and my wife went to the Cleveland Metro Park Zoo last week and had a good time. Like, I really enjoy that zoo. I think it's really, it's a fun time. It's a fun zoo to visit. Like, we've been trying to visit more and more places, and that was one that's kind of not too far away from us that was like that we could do in a day, if that makes sense. I think I've actually posted a vlog from the Cleveland Metro Park Zoo before, so if you're interested, you go check that out. But yeah, while we were there, I got this cute here. This is a Philadelphia Zoo pin. So the pin is not related, but I got this cute pouch from the Cleveland Metro Park Zoo. It has red pandas on it, and it's cute. Like, the art is just cute. The art style is cute. It's a pretty decent sized little pouch. I currently have my some of my journaling supplies in here. This lives in my bag, and if I pick up ephemera or whatever that I'm going to use in my journal, it just goes into that pouch, which is what I picked it up for. So speaking of journals, I have a couple in my favorites for this month. Both of these I also picked up from Earthbound, and they were $29.90. They were $30 each, essentially. You round it up a few cents, they were $30 each. The first one is this one. So this one is like a curio cabinet, and this is a sketchbook. This pages are blank, and it's like gold detailing. I like the I like the little seahorse detail down here. I really like that. But yeah, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use this for yet. Same with the other journal. And then the other journal is bats. It's covered in bats. It's really, I couldn't resist. This was the last one that wasn't the display copy. This one has lined paper inside of it. Yeah, so I got a couple of journals, and they're like A5 size, I suppose. That's the best. I don't know what the actual like American sizing is for that size of paper, but I think of it as A5. It's not exactly A5, but again, I think of it as A5. Okay, anyway, the last thing that's in my favorites for the month of July is something a little bit not odd, because I guess it's not really odd, but something a little bit different, at least for me. So I've been inspired recently to listen to cassette tapes. I grew up with cassette tapes. My grandparents listened to cassette tapes. I fell in love with Phantom of the Opera because of the cassette tape version of the original Broadway cast recording of it. So I went on eBay and I got a Walkman. I got a Sony Walkman. This did come with the headphones, but I don't use the headphones because they are not just to my ears, they're not comfortable. So I use different headphones with this. But yeah, I got a Sony Walkman. I got a Sony Walkman from eBay, which I'm gonna cover in, I think, Red Hood and Nightwing stickers at some point, because why not? But no, this works really nicely. I need to clean the head part of it, but beyond that, it's like, it works really nicely. I currently have 5 cassettes. I found another one on eBay, which was the motion picture soundtrack for Batman. They were like the 1989 movie, so not the print soundtrack, the Danny Elfman soundtrack, so the actual background music soundtrack, because I really like the Batman theme by Danny Elfman, because that's the one that was used in the animated series, and I like that soundtrack. I'd love to get it on vinyl if I could ever find it, because we have Batman Forever, we have the soundtrack for Batman Forever on vinyl, so I'd love to get the other ones. But I will share one of my favorite cassette that I have for the Walkman so far, and it is this one. So this was also a Mercari find. This is Evangelion Finally. So this kind of has a variety of songs from Evangelion, including a couple of versions of Fly Me to the Moon, and sorry, my camera cut off. So it has a couple of versions of Fly Me to the Moon and Cruel Angel's Thesis, which actually sounds really, really cool on the Walkman. I also, from Half Price Books the other day, I picked up a selection of songs from Cats, a selection of songs from Phantom of the Opera, which is very nostalgic for me, and the Pocahontas soundtrack. So we have a couple of other Half Price Books in our area, so I'm gonna try and find other cassette tapes. But yeah, I don't know why I felt nostalgic for cassette tapes. But yeah, so I found a decently priced Walkman on eBay, and it works pretty well. So I'm gonna see what other cassettes I can find, and they'll probably show up in future favorites videos. But yeah, that is it for my favorites from the month of July. I hope you enjoyed this video. My next video should be my month at a glance, which will be a little bit different. I'm still playing around with the voiceover, and I want to start playing around with actually getting voice clips for that video as well. Gonna try a little bit of like general day-to-day vlogging to throw in there for you. Not that my life is that interesting, but I need to get comfortable with filming like vlog clips that feature my voice, so that's my challenge to myself. I'm hoping to put up a new comic video soon. I picked up a couple of graphic novels that I'd like to talk about, and the last issue of Red Hood The Hill comes out today. As I'm filming this video, comes out today. Probably when I'm putting the video out will have come out yesterday, so I can finally finish that series and then sit down and pass all my thoughts and feelings about it, and then probably I'll be making a video about that. And then I don't know what other videos are coming in the future, but just say if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Consider commenting and subscribing if that's something that you want to do. If not, that's also completely fine. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friends. Bye.